Good morning, dear students. Welcome to your economics class. Students, today we will learn the next part of bar diagram. Okay, so the next is deviation or due directional bar diagram. Okay, so deviation bar diagram present deficit, net import or export. Okay, such bar are generally constructed on both sides of the baseline above or below the x-axis. It is for this reason we call them due directional. So in due directional diagram, bar diagram is presented on the both side of x-axis. Okay, positive or negative. Okay, so these bars are also known as bilateral bar diagrams because two sides are depicted and are used to depict surplus and deficit on the both direction from the point of reference. So let's understand this with an example. Following data relate to Indo-Japan trade during 2006 to 2011 depict the same through bar diagram. So here is 2006 to 2011. Exports of Indo-Jan trade is given, export and import. Okay, from export and import we calculate the balance of trade. If exports are more, import are less, it is shows as surplus balance of trade. Okay, like in 2006-2007 export are 35 and imports of goods are 15. Okay, so this shows surplus of balance of trade. In 2007 to 8, 100 export, 85 import, so it is also surplus of balance of trade. In 2008 and 9, export are 70 and import are 90, so this shows deficit in balance of trade, that is 20. In 2009 to 10, 120 export and 130 import, so import are also more here, so this is shows balance of trade in deficit form. 2010 and 11, 180 export, 170 imports, so export are more than import, so it shows surplus. Okay, so first of all we calculate balance of trade, or whatever is given the data. First of all we calculate the positive and negative. After that we present that on a graph. Okay, so this is the due directional graph or bilateral bar diagram. So look here, in this first of all data is presented on both side of x-axis, positive, the above side show positive side and the below side shows negative. Okay, so this is due directional. The all surplus, the brown line show, the brown bars are show surplus, that is depicted on the OX axis above, and the gray bars shows deficit, that is shown on the below of OX axis. Okay students, so this is the way that how we present the data by using a deviation bar diagram. Okay, so let's solve a numerical question to this. So in your book students, in your numerical questions, on page number 122, question number 8 is related to deviation bar diagram. So export and import are given. So first of all we calculate the balance of trade. Okay, so here are from 2007 to 2011. Okay, so first of all you will write, first of all you calculate the balance of trade. First of all you have to prepare the table of that. So here is 2007, export are 73, imports 70, so export are more than import, so 3 shows surplus. So 3 is surplus. Okay, so I am plotting a sign behind it 3, that is shows surplus of balance of trade. Next is 2008. In 2008, 72 exports and 80 imports, so import are more than export, so it shows deficit of -8 in balance of trade. Next 2009, 75 export and 85 import shows -10 that is deficit in balance of trade. In 2010, 90 is export, 75 import. This shows, students, so export are more than import. This shows surplus in balance of trade 15. And the last 2011, okay, exports are 100, imports are 110. So it shows negative, that is deficit in balance of trade. Clear, students, how we calculate the deficit and surplus from import and export? Okay, now we calculate this. Okay, we calculate this. Now we will present this data on a graph. First of all, you have to draw a graph. Okay, OY axis and O axis. On OY axis, I am presenting the years. Okay, and on OX axis, I am presenting the export or import. Okay, I am writing here export and import. Here also export and import. Okay, students, now we will present this. So look at, in 2007, balance of trade is shows surplus, that is 3. So make a bar which is close to 3, that is positive. So I am placing this bar here. Okay, so I'm also draw some lines that shows export, that shows surplus. Now in 2008, students, 2008 shows deficit of -8. So deficit of -8 is shown below the OX axis. Okay, so near to 10, I prepare a bar that is show deficit. So deficit, we can present deficit by plotting a dots in this bar. So dots shows deficit, and these lines shows surplus. So in 2009, balance of trade shows deficit, that is -10. So the year, so this is, I'm also writing here year 2007. This is year 2008. Now 2009 also deficit. Okay, so 10 is here. So okay, so deficit of 2009. Next, 2010. So 2010 shows surplus in balance of trade. So 15 is there. So I am plotting the bar to 15. Okay, so year is 2010 and this shows surplus of 15. So I am presenting the bar and make a line which shows surplus. After that, in 2011, students, -10 is deficit. Okay, so deficit is -10 means plot it on below the OX axis. So -10 is there. Okay, so 2011. Okay, and dots that shows deficit. Okay, students, clear? So also prepare an index which shows that the lines denote surplus and the dots denotes deficit. Clear? How to draw the directional or bilateral bar diagram? Okay, students.